In this episode we take a glimpse into the colourful past of the Traveston Soldiers Memorial Hall, formerly an explosives magazine. This episode is adapted from the Traveston story, Pioneering Days of the Traveston District. The museum holds a reference copy of this publication.
In the early days of Gympie goldfields, many small mines relied upon licensed explosive sellers within the town, until eventually Gympie held enough explosives to blow the town sky high. By the 1870s there had been multiple explosions, which often led to fires and in some cases, death. As a result, the Gympie powder magazine was built on the outskirts of town, then relocated as the town encroached. Eventually, after some wrangling between Gympie's mayor, the mines department and the premier, Traveston became the site of an enlarged explosives magazine. The locals objected but received a stony-faced refusal to budge. An explosives magazine should be far from residences, roads, and railways, but in Traveston it ended up barely 200 metres from the railway station, close to the railway town and station complex that grew nearby. A sturdy building with small windows and a lightning rod, a roof insulated by thick lead sheeting vented with 1-inch holes, it was less than optimum for storing dynamite, which needs adequate ventilation. As it deteriorates with age, it becomes increasingly dangerous. The mines inspector regularly travelled from Gympie to do a safety audit. He would take degraded dynamite to the remote Wattle Gully, lay the sticks end to end and set fire to them. Supposedly, they tend to burn rather than explode if handled this way. As a safety measure, the inspector often took the railway station night officer along with him in case of mishaps, but he always kept the station officer at a safe distance during preparations. On one occasion, the inspector had to call on the station officer to deal with any problem explosives. By this time, the officer was well versed in the procedure, except for the part about laying out the sticks of dynamite end to end. He arrived at Wattle Gully, dumped the explosives in one spot and lit a fire. Townsfolk 2 miles away were startled to hear their crockery rattle and the blast echo from the mountains, reverberating several times. Anxious speculation spread through town until, on regaining consciousness, a dishevelled station officer drove his buggy back into town. He was none the worse for wear, except for an awful headache and a determination to never again act as the inspector's offsider. The powder magazine became Traveston Soldiers Memorial Hall in 1923 and, with a few modifications and extensions, remains in use as a community hall to this day.